I got him. Am I live? Can't tell if I'm live. I think I am. Sorry if there's some dead air here, guys. I can't tell if I'm live. Oh, there I am. Sorry. Apologies. So the H1B guy gives thanks live here. Wanted to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Today, I'm celebrating a Thanksgiving birthday. Um, I wanted to give thanks to a lot of you who have supported me on this adventure over the last 5 months. And I have a couple of really big announcements that I'm going to make today during the stream. But before we get started, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't already, to please subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube. It helps me to produce more content like this for you. I also wanted to mention the H1B Guy offers a variety of consulting services. If I can provide you peace of mind by helping you bridge the gap between your employer and your immigration attorney, please reach out. I'd love to hear how I can help you. I also wanted to ask if you can follow me on Twitter if you're not already, and that's at the H1B Guy. But I wanted to give a very special introduction to Rip here. Rip is a yellow Australian Shepherd, and he joined our family about 2 weeks ago. Um, he is a birthday present, and as you can see, he is quite the puppy, full of attention. Um, and so he has been keeping us on our toes here in our house. So I'm going to put Rip down and let him run. But I wanted to just say that the last Thanksgiving birthday that I had, I actually did most of the cooking. But today we have ordered out from one of our favorite barbecue spots here in Marietta, a place called Righteous Q. So if you're ever in this area, I advise you check them out. Their white barbecue sauce and smoked chicken is just unbelievable, and also a great family. So thanks to those who've taken time to join us here on the stream. If you haven't, please like this video. One of the things I'm going to do is just kind of roll into a list of individual thanks. So going to jump right into it here. As of this live stream, I have 449 subscribers here on YouTube. And I just want to say that each and every one of you is a customer to me. And I'm nearing almost 900 followers on Twitter. And with that being said, having the opportunity to meet people all over the world has been something that I guess I never envisioned when I decided to launch the H1B Guy platform. And just so thankful for a lot of the friendships and relationships that I've had a chance to develop, a lot of the interactions. So this list is in no particular order. And if I leave one of you out, DM me. I'm sorry. I'll apologize. But I want to start out with Rebecca. Just thank you for giving me the opportunity from day one, literally the first post on the H1B Guy. I want to thank Ration Woman. Our interaction on Twitter very early on let me know that I was onto something, and wanted to thank you for being brave enough to come on the Stamp It Out second episode. RHL, who very early on gave me the idea for the H1B Guy Response series, which has been very popular here on YouTube. For my good friend Maddie and his wife Shakti for being brave enough to do the first Stamp It Out Q&A. For Himanshu Kaushik for coming on and doing the Stamp It Out Q&A 3 with me. Just, thank you for that. To Christine Mikulajuk, where do I start? I mean, the brilliant mind of Christine, Stamp It Out 4, which has been the most watched Stamp It Out Q&A, my most watched live stream that I've done. No surprise there. For your words of encouragement and advice, but really just for being a sounding board for me in the platform. To EV Guy 7, thank you for your constant support, words of encouragement. I just really appreciate it. Ram, Raja Krishna Chaitanya, Samir, Vaishnavi R, Sushil, Tan Sharma, Abhijit, Vishnu Vardhan, Watcher, Synops, Jaswinder, Debashis, Jimmy, Kapil, Poe, Siddhartha, Ajith, Maharana, Murali Krishna, Sid Jain MD, Quiet Flows the Dawn, Sandy, Krishna Mugala, Prakash, DDS Alien for Decade, Legal Immigrant, AK Pole, and Leap Kabur, Lamdao Ram, Yogi, Krur Singh, KK, Priyank, Dr. Oscar Cabrisis, Dr. Raj Karnik, Mahesha, Sagar, Surya, Magna, VJ Thacker, Mayank, Tom Alien, Subu, and to my friends Chris G, Bowden, PJ, Keith W, happy birthday to you, by the way. Casey and Glenn for always giving me the love on LinkedIn. To my friend Roman Z, who has his own YouTube channel. Check that out, GMI Rocket Show, which covers immigration technology. To Richard A, who is in immigration tech and gave me a lot of pointers early on. To my friends John, Kevin, and Catherine for the branding of the H1B guy very early on. Um, to my friends who supported me and pushed me to keep going, you know who you are. Thank you for that. And to my family, especially my wife, who's let me pursue this crazy dream that's become a concept and is now a reality. So I love you, babe. Thank you. So that is my thank yous to all of you who supported me so far through this journey. Just really appreciate it. Um, Thank you for taking the time to reach out, the advice, being sounding boards for me, and just overall your support here on the H1B Guy channel and the H1B Guy platform as a whole. As we've talked about, this has become so much more than me. This is a voice for a lot of you guys. And that's what we're going to continue to do here. If you haven't already, please like this video. It helps with the YouTube algorithm as it relates to live streams. So I wanted to move on to one of the big announcements that I'm going to go ahead and reveal here, which is I have created a Telegram Messenger group. And so I mentioned earlier Dr. Oscar Cabrisis, who will be joining me on Wednesday, December 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for the H1B Guy Live Stamp It Out 5. He gave me this idea a couple days ago. He said he feels that I can create a community for U.S. employment-based immigration that helps span around the world, and which I thought was pretty fitting considering, you know, I'm your global source for all things H1B. But I'm really more than that, right? And so the goal is to create a community. I know there's tons of communities out there, but this will be more of a crowdsourced type community. So I've created the H1B Guy group on Telegram Messenger. Please come join me there. I will put a link in the description of this video and how you can access that group. I am the moderator and owner. Of course, it's on Telegram and it is the H1B Guy group. So if you will join me there, I would really appreciate it. So moving on to the next big announcement, and that is I wanted to do a give back here, a consulting giveaway. So once this video posts out into YouTube, I'd like to have someone, if you leave a comment on the video and you need some assistance and I can help you, I'd like to offer a free consulting opportunity with the H1B Guy. You do not have to be located in the US. We can always set that up via WhatsApp or some other means. So I'm going to do 3 of these giveaways. The first one's here on YouTube for a comment on the video. The next one will be for any of my Twitter followers out there who need assistance. The first Twitter follower I have to DM me that needs help, I will offer a free consulting opportunity one-on-one with me and you if you have a situation that you need some help on. And then the last, because I just mentioned the Telegram Messenger group, I wanted to help really grow that group. So this is going to be a pretty lofty one, and it may take some time to get there. But the 50th subscriber on the Telegram Messenger group, I guess when we get to that point, I'll reach out and contact that person. Um, I'm going to offer them another free consulting engagement with the H1B guy one on one. So uh, wanted to cover that today as well. So two big announcements, of course, going back: the Telegram Messenger group, the H1B Guy Telegram Messenger group, which again is intended to be more of a crowdsource, crowd share, employment-based immigration portal for everyone around the world as it relates to looking to come to the U.S. or if you're already in the U.S. Under employment-based preferences and what that looks like today. Um, and then the consulting giveaways. Uh, drop a comment in the YouTube once it publishes out. And if you need some help, just say, "Hey, H1B guy, I'd love the chance to speak with you." And I'll reach out to you and we can take it from there. To any of my Twitter followers, if you DM me, you need help. The first Twitter follower to DM me that needs some help, please reach out and I will offer a free engagement there. And then the last thing is the 50th subscriber on the Telegram Messenger group. It may take us some time to get there, but I will not forget um, to reach out to that individual when we get there. So this stream today wasn't intended to be very long. Here is one of my birthday gifts from my son, my oldest born, as you can see. The original, one and only best dad ever, but when I was born. So pretty cool. Um, I got some new lighting that I will be putting in place hopefully tomorrow for the H1B Guy news. November 27th, 2020, Black Friday edition. As you can see, this room that I work out of and record out of has a lot of good natural light, but a lot of exposure. I have a work light that I use to make sure that you can see my forehead. But I got a new light for my birthday thanks to my beautiful wife. So we'll be hooking that up. Hopefully that'll help with some of the lighting. Um, and I wanted to also mention that today's show, this live stream, was help produced with the help of YouTube subscriber Samir. Samir, I really appreciate your contribution here to the platform and helping to produce this show. I really appreciate all of the comments and interactions that you've left me. Just thank you so much for being a loyal supporter to the H1B Guy channel and the H1B Guy platform here on YouTube. As I mentioned tomorrow, I got a couple of articles. One that I'm really excited to talk about. It's a little bit of a "I told you so" article that I'm going to cover tomorrow. The other one is a little bit more on some of the Biden plans as it relates to immigration, um, and then we have some housekeeping items that we'll wrap up for the H1B Guy news, November 27th, 2020. Um, I wanted to say thanks to those of you who have taken the time to join the live stream here today. This wasn't intended to be a Q&A, but I wanted to just mention so many of you guys who have supported me since the launch of this channel back at the very end of June, beginning of July, and how far we've come. I mean, when I look at the numbers, we're going to be at almost 100 videos here on YouTube in early December. So I've got some really big things planned. Of course, I've been waiting. I haven't seen any updates on the H1B wage rule and specialty occupation lawsuit. I would expect that we are going to have to hear something pretty soon. When we look at November 30th, which is Monday, and then we are a week removed from December 7th, which is when that rule would go into law. And so if anything's going to happen, I would think that since I haven't heard anything and I've been scouring looking for an update, I know during last week's H1B Guy Live, unedited and unscripted, um, there was a comment from a user, Rishi, that said that there was a law that there was a hearing supposed to be heard via Paul Hughes on Monday, the 23rd, but I couldn't find anything. I checked Hughes's Twitter. I've looked on Siskin. I haven't seen anything. But interestingly enough, at the end of last week, there was an update on the NAM lawsuit. So NAM, North American Manufacturing Association, or National Association of Manufacturers, excuse me, where Judge White had come out and put some pretty damning, if you will, stringent requirements on the Department of State and travel.gov, um, and the consulates, and what information they have to provide back. So hopefully there's some accountability that's going to begin to happen there as it relates to the consulates and the processing that's happening internationally. A lot of what's going on, a lot of chatter out there is F1s are being processed, but you still got H1s that have been in 221G for 10, 11, 12 months now. So, hopefully we'll see some consistency. The pandemic has created a lot of that, but at the end of the day, there's still, when we're talking about specialty occupation and extreme situations, we have to make sure that we're not barring entry to those that are exceptional. So hopefully we'll see some update around that. If you guys have seen anything or heard anything on that, I haven't seen anything from Monday. So I don't know if that was, kind of a false claim from a week ago Wednesday. But if you guys have heard anything, I'd love to hear it. Shoot me an update. As I said, I'm expecting the courts to hear something at the beginning of next week. I'd said the 30th, but there's been no murmurs at all. So again, if they're going to hear that case before that goes into law, it will have to be by next Friday. So we'll keep our eyes on that very closely. Of course, we're going to begin to work on our January visa bulletin predictions. That will come out on December the 7th. So look forward to that. That'll be another the H1B Guy forecasts. And I wanted to say thanks to all of you who've taken time to watch the H1B Guy mulls over, where I discuss Alejandro Mayorkas' nomination to be Department of Homeland Security Secretary. A lot of you have watched that video. There's been a lot of good feedback on it. Again, when we look at the pattern here, right, from President-elect Biden, you're seeing a lot of the same as it relates to Obama-era administration policies towards employment-based immigration. You're seeing a heavy preference put towards refugees and DACA, but very little discussion around employment-based preferences. And that just goes back to the big tech, right, and how they've sided with the big tech and allowed them to continue the circle. So we'll have to see if we can continue to fight. Of course, heading into December, we're going to continue to watch and see if S-386 is called back to the Senate floor. It looks unlikely, but there are some days left before the Senate convenes for the 2020 session. And if that doesn't happen, then we have to begin to ask, what does that look like in 2021? As I predicted, I wouldn't imagine any sort of legislation in the House or in the Senate until May or June as it relates to modifications to employment-based preferences. So there's definitely a lot of work to do. So going to go ahead and wrap up today. Just going to ask you guys, if you haven't already, to like this video, subscribe to the H1B Guy channel. We're pushing ever so closer to 500, on that path to 1,000. At this point, just so excited and humbled by the growth and the support that I've had from all of you. I just really appreciate it. Make sure you click the bell for notifications so that you're notified anytime we post a new video here on this channel. But from the bottom of my heart and from my family to yours, I want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. The H1B Guy, your global source for all things H1B.